Oh, sorry, didn't see you there having a cool, refreshing Monster Energy drink. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the DreamHack PUBG Showdown, sponsored by Corsair and Monster Energy. My name is Sims, this is Avenger, and we are moving into map number 2 of Championship Sunday. This will be game number 7, excuse me. Bad at math on a Sunday.
Yeah, that's the 7th game. Yeah, I just counted it.
So, game 1, Martin, pretty decent so far?
Oh, yeah, for sure. This is really what FaZe needed to stay up there. So, 15 kills. Second, still 300 points, 15 kills. It's a lot of points. They're going to be staying up there, but really important for Red Zone, taking a win home. The first one together as a team, I believe, in a big competitive setting.
It's nice to see Digital Chaos up the top as well.
Oh, yeah,
because
for sure.
They've still definitely got, you know, when I look at that team, and I love Fausto to death. He's a cracking player. He's a brilliant guy. It's a really, really solid team. Obviously, the only team as well at IEM to pick up 2 wins at the time. So
yeah.
I really want to see these guys do well, and they need to kind of bump up that leaderboard. And you know what? We actually have the leaderboard ready. So let's take a look at the standings right now, exactly where they're going to be sitting after that game. So still strong at the top, but the gap is closing by a very small margin. Team Liquid down at the bottom, though. Ooh, look at this second place FaZe Clan. They jump 1 position and go about 200 points clear of Kinguin as they drop down to 3rd. Still solid in 4th. It's going to be Rogue. Navi in 5th. Vitality in 6th. Digital Chaos in 7th. Red Zone straight away. And what a jump it can do, Martin, once you get a win under your belt.
Yeah, of course. You have 89 points. Still a lot of points from this win, so that really proves them. I think they were 16th before, right? They must have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how it's.
I'm pretty sure they were. So going from 16 to 9th with a win, if they keep this up, they could be contesting. I mean, if you get another win, that's another 400 points with the kills as well. You'd be straight up into the top 4, right? So yeah, FaZe needed this. 1,700 points for them. Liquid with some really good salvaging round here, getting 7th, super important for them as well. Digital Chaos still holding on to 7th, but still they're now clearing really, really close here. 1,100 points as well, so that bracket there contesting that 3rd spot for Kinguin. There, it's getting closer. It's DC, it's Vitality, it's Navi, and it's Rogue that are really, really close to being able to contest that 3rd spot from Kinguin.
Yeah, this is still anybody's game. Even looking at FaZe Clan, they're still not safe whatsoever in Digital Chaos. They're only like, what, 650 points behind them. That's not a great deal at all. That can be pretty much done and picked up within a couple of games. If you just go kind of pull a Team Liquid and go full throttle, pedal to the metal and picking up, 15, 20 kills, then happy days. They can shift this one around, or they can turn this bird around, and you never know. That's what we might see. Anything's still possible, and it's going to get to the point maybe game 8, 9, 10 where things start to become rather, okay, these are the squads that we need to start eliminating. Maybe potentially we start to see some hot drops, and we've kind of spoke about these hot drops before. You know what? I'll let you. You're the pro player, by the way, stroke caster, by the way. So I'll let you explain what a hot drop is.
I mean, a hot drop is where you intentionally contest another team. So that would be FaZe Clan going out of Milta Power to hot drop Liquid to make sure they maybe don't get a good game to contest for a potential spot. So anybody, basically, what you could think of is if we keep the standing, if this is the last game, or the second last game, you'd see Kinguin being there, and you had 4 teams being able to get that 3rd spot. But still, doing that, if you contest, you also potentially weaken your own team. So hot dropping might be viable if it's like 1 or 2 teams that are contesting for the 3rd spot. But if the other 4 teams below also is close to points, it's not that viable. But we're going to see. Let's discuss it once we get closer to the 8th and 9th games, because it could be something that's going to happen.
So it can be, but I think the one thing to look at is it can be done BM, but it can also be done tactically.
Yeah.
So it can be done from a tactical one, or it can just be done to mess with someone's stuff. But we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. The game, the server is about to go live. So the bigger question is, can, more of these teams at the bottom, we still need to see them working up. We've already seen, we saw in the last one, Red Zone, making it happen this time. All the other teams that are around that area down at the bottom are thinking, okay, so they've done this, we can do the same as well. We just need to have a good game. Havu seem to, it's like they're starting off well, but they're constantly just getting stuck in really tricky positions where they'll get, on the back of a wall, on the back of a compound, somewhere like that, and then teams just begin to pick them off. However, Game 7, lucky number 7, hopefully it will be for one team, is live, and they're playing Kind of the same route again, just a little bit on the opposite side, down at the bottom, starting off in the south, just over Novo. That's going to take it straight up and end in the middle around Severny area. So Primorsk will be a bit of a long drop. It will be more of a vehicle push in with Georgia Paul, long drop stroke vehicle pushing, looking for those vehicles. West Coast generally, we don't see. That's more of a tempo storm, North American kind of thing, so we don't see that just yet in these kind of games. Milta Power, easy for FaZe. Milta, very easy for Vitality. These two teams, especially Vitality, they'll just be able to hot drop, bomb it down, get the gear straight away, get a very nice early set down. Further afield, they've actually got a team in Novo this time round, which is going to be the Plumbers.
Yeah, so the Plumbers here, they have gone for this plane-dependent drop or adapting drop, as you may, because they usually go into the Gatka area and do the western side split. The plane was a bit far jump for them, so they opted to go for an early jump, go into Novo, which was not contested. Good call by them.
Further afield then, we'll take a look down the middle. Usual place it should be victims for Digital Chaos. Pachinki. Sometimes, thankfully, Method isn't here this time. However, it's a new Method. We'll see when they do get playing competitive and in competition if they do continue going to Pachinki or they opt to move it to a different place. Otherwise, we could have a team contesting. We saw it with Cloud9. The old Cloud9 used to like Pachinki, and we'd see them and Method constantly bashing heads. So we'll see which team decides to opt for a different route whatsoever. Again, they've only just landed. Still plenty of time before we get the circle in and start moving and having to work always. And I suppose the one thing I always think about, anywhere between Pachinki, Rosok, sometimes potentially even Yasnaya, the what I like to call safe areas. So regardless where the circle goes, you know that you're not necessarily going to have a long area. And wowzers, okay, almost dead center. What a belting circle.
Yeah, fantastic circle for Red Zone again. They're pretty close to the middle, so they maybe be able to take one of those close center compounds and be able to just rotate inside the middle once the zone pops away. They did adapt a lot. They did get favored by the zone here in the last game a few times. Getting those three last really important circle where they're still inside in the big warehouse. But here, they're able to do some split looting. They're going to be able to take all the farm area, all the farm trash lands, and everything in the south here. So they can take anything they want from this position right now.
It's a good circle. Everyone's not going to be too far from it. But rather than talk about the people who are inside the circle, let's talk about the people who are outside the circle may have difficulty. Obviously, we've got Rogue. They just have to run to the beachhead on Millie Island, and that's easy for them. They'll be inside of it. They'll probably more than likely grab themselves a boat. Maybe, potentially, they will go to the left-hand bridge where nobody should be unless Na'Vi do catch them off guard. I wouldn't expect them to run to the right-hand bridge because they'll know a team's in Novo. They'll be watching for that drop. They'll watch people, obviously, in the plane. You can see people dropping down. So they'll know the team in Novo and they need to be very, very aware of that bridge side. Same kind of goes for the Plumbers. Maybe they take a boat. Maybe they opt to not do the bridge. Maybe they take the boat and try and move up Milta Power area, but they will obviously know and be very, very aware that the FaZe clan will be chilling in there. Moving over to, we just saw the school side there. Na'Vi then. So Na'Vi still rotating, still moving around. Obviously this will be not necessarily a lack of loot, but they've got to be very careful when they do come in, they don't get caught off guard.
Yeah, so Na'Vi, they're going to go for the long rotation to Primorsk. They really like Primorsk apparently. But what we saw as well, we saw Pokémon going into the ferry pier, making sure that they also get some of that loot there. It's not, I don't say or don't think that Primorsk is really, really good for 4 people. Usually want to split out a bit as well. But this is also making sure that the road is safe for them to cross here. Miracle taking some shots at Minyo while they drop here. So they tried to drop for this dirt road here north of Roshok, trying to get all the cars. And Maminio did indeed get a car. Not sure Miracle did get one though. But it's because when you have this far rotation to the Kingren area of South George and the Vanga area of North George, you're jumping for the same cars basically. And when you have Havu, which is jumping in the Roshok Atlantis area, they're really taking all the cars there. So it's really hard to actually get any cars to be able to rotate all the way to George.
Is there only 3 members of Kingren on the map?
I think that we have lost a member. Yeah, I think Dees did kill one of them. So we have Larsen Gaxi and we have Miracle. I didn't
catch the kill feed.
Yeah, I think Dees did kill Vard indeed.
Well, that's not a good start for Kingren. And if that is the case, already a man down and they weren't even at the looting area, so they'll be coming in last. They are the furthest or second to furthest away from the circle. Being a man down is never a good thing, especially when it's such a level of European PUBG. But slow start, everyone's chilled, everyone's happy, everyone's in the usual suspects in the usual places. It's just one of those things, and now we can see down at the bottom, we will talk about this one, Rogue are on their rotation. Dees is actually still angled, so he's maybe potentially aware of there is a player on the other side. We just got confirmation that VAR didn't actually make it in, unfortunately, into the server. So Kinguin continue on with 3 players. Drop though, Pachinki Martin. That's got Digital Chaos written all over it.
I think also what we saw yesterday, we saw Vitality getting 2 drop, and it feels like these drops are they're kind of gifted sometimes because they are just dropping not randomly. I think if we could see something in the future that could be kind of exciting is where we see the drops going away from people. So the plane register where the people are and say, okay, we'll drop it somewhere where players are currently, so they have to make a run for it, because this one is just really a gift. An M24, an 8X, and a level 3 backpack.
Please. Who's going to get that? Fausto's a good sniper. He's an old armor boy. Ewan?
Yeah, Ewan.
I know between them two, they're old school bad boy players, are they?
Yeah, but look at that. Ewan already making a run for it. Ewan is an amazing sniper as well. He's really good at popping some heads as well. Opiate taking some shots here. Havu not connecting anything. They're really driving fast on that 2-seater, so it's really hard connecting. He did connect 1 shot though. Joski is taken down to about 40% HP. And they're in an early rotation here. They're going to be going straight into the middle.
Well, they're a team that have been struggling a little bit so far, so maybe it is time to kind of shake things up.
Oh, Liquid is pulling up on the hill they did before, where they had a Vitality fight here. South of Yasnaya, I just saw Samti is actually pulling up on one of the members from Crimson, I believe. Looks like they're going to be in a fight soon. Yeah, Crimson and Liquid here, they're in a fight.
I mean, they're not. I have to give them credit where credit's due. They aren't obviously put off by what happened in the previous time. They know someone's
try
there
again.
clearly. They're going to have a second time round, but they do know someone's here. You can see them bobbing and weaving. The reason they're jumping is to try and get the information. They've seen the vehicle on the corner, which obviously suggests to them there's somebody home. Uber driver's left his vehicle. Is it Nibs or NBS?
It's NBS.
NBS.
I like calling him Nibs, though.
Nibs.
Nubs.
Crimson Nibs?
Nubs. I mean, Nibs is...
oh, I think they've seen him.
NBS is slower to say, though, so Nibs is just fast. Crimson Nibs. It's going to come. The Liquid backup is going to come straight up. But this is a really good compound. This is actually a compound Scoom really likes to play as well. So you can keep your cars. You have the hill as well. Oh,
Ibby's crashed it. So Ibby's stealing the vehicle. I'm assuming that'll be the vehicle. 2 people pull up. Scoom and Ibby, they work inside. James and Samty on the back foot. They know players. And look at that. Ibby takes the vehicle, reverses it straight onto the top of the door. He'll watch that top flank if they opt to try and make a run for it. This is, this right now, what you're watching here, guys, is PUBG at its finest. How to SWAT tactically enter a building. Liquid just textbook.
And now
people
here from
roof,
this
inside.
position, they can really just nade this or push it even further. Oh, no! That's so smart.
Yeah, he had no idea.
No.
As James likes to say, absolutely battered.
Absolutely battered.
Absolutely battered.
Yeah.
Liquid just trolling, 2 people on the roof, flush him out, and he's dead. Crimson, they lose a player. Liquid, they get the compound that they tried to get in the previous round.
Yeah, and it's a good compound as well here. If the zone swings towards them, it's going to be a really, really strong compound. You can keep your cars. The vehicles can stay inside the compound somewhat safe. You can spot from the hill, making sure that everyone coming in from the north is not going to crash you and breach you. But look at that. Look at the dents in the middle as well.
Just about to comment on it, Martin. Look at how close Rogue have moved
to
red zone.
Yeah.
They've obviously moved in from where they were previously. They've got a bit more central than what they did before. The Plumbers are now making their rotation as well across the right-hand side bridge. So they've got to be careful. East Bridge could be camped by someone moving out of Milta. But more than likely at this level, teams don't tend to do it. Generally, you want to be setting bridge camps up. Generally speaking, would it be right in saying if the circle's coming towards you, so more if teams are going to come into melee, be on the opposing side of the rotation rather than sit on the other side, otherwise you just get battered from a team behind.
Yeah.
The Knights from Lippo, they'll start to move in. In they come from that east coast, heading west, trying to go dead center. Red Zone are in there, Rogue are in there, FaZe are going deep as well. Now it looks like Red Zone and Rogue, they've actually engaged one another, so they've found each other. Kinguin on the opposing side, still heavy looting there, and I would believe that's more than likely a Vanga with them. I didn't quite catch the name, but usually a Vanga go to North George. Yes, it is indeed. So a Vanga up there, FaZe, they're getting center as well. And we have a drop smack bang in the middle. But here come the initial shots. Just kind of watch this map light up anytime soon.
Shade moving in. Geminoda is the name on the screen, but Navi Iba is the name of the player. Pokemon as well. They have looted it, and they actually opted to go a bit early here, leaving that. They could have stayed out in the blue. I'm not sure they have looted all of Primorsk here, but they did come in early. And they're not taking something greedy inside the middle. They're going on the edge here, so they could have stayed a bit longer, though, I think. But they're going to be inside here. DC is going to be moving south as well, trying to make their move on the southern side, but Rogue is already there. Plum is already there. Red Zone is already there, and potentially they could be driving close to Navi as well. And MK24 for Genside looks like.
MK14.
Oh, yeah, MK14.
MK14, 4 times, 8 times, melee vest level 3, 55% damage reduction. That 4 times can go on an AR and prove nice as well if they don't have scopes. They've just got themselves 2 alongside a sniper rifle. Sometimes, I mean, if you want it to be tactical, then you didn't want the MK and you had a K98, for instance, you could just take the ammo and leave the sniper there. And when someone turns up like, oh, well, thank you very much, I don't have any 7.62 now, so I'm not going to be able to use this whatsoever. DC, they have traversed outside of Pachinki and headed down south, but Natus Vincia are waiting. Shade, he'll have the info. I've heard these vehicles. Shots come through, so now they know that one another's here. I'm hearing silenced M4s around.
This is a typical Navi push.
Yeah.
Hungry for blood, hungry for kills, and they look how close they are together. They're really playing as a unit, standing shoulder to shoulder here. Fausto is trying to get some spot here. Ewan is a bit further behind. He might be just spotting with that M24.
This is tasty. He's going on a long flank here. They're going all the way around to try and get them just on the side of that defilade. Yokis is reading it like a book, though. Yokis is quite aware and potentially ready for this one, unless he looks away at the wrong time.
He's looking east right now and north. Gonna connect 2 shots here. Pokemon connecting 2, also taking damage himself. Drain is taking out Fausto. Fausto is knocked right now. Yokis is taken down to 20% HP, or 50% HP rather.
So the pick comes through for Navi.
Yeah.
Yokis opts to move back, which is fair play. Shade's going to go with the absolute YOLO grenade of the century. A little bit too back. Fausto, unfortunately, will try and crawl off, but I think that should be the flush. Yokis will stay there in case Navi opt to just disconnect from this fight, but I'd say these boys from the CIS region, if they see a kill, they'll go for it regardless. I would expect to see Fausto cleaned up. If he doesn't, it will be a surprise. Mia himself getting dinked as well. So yeah, he's dead, he's flushed, he's gone.
What about Ewan here? What is he doing with the M24 here? I would expect him to be popping off some helmets right now. I'm not sure if he can see them though. The next zone, so this is why they disconnected as well. The next zone has gone far north here.
Crunch time,
favoring Liquid, Genside.
Look at FaZe. That is a rotation and a half. They're taking the roads, all 4 vehicles, they're going to go north. Now, the reason they're going to do this is because they know that this circle shift shouldn't be, in theory, a great deal of people up there. So they're going to be the team that gets a foothold on Yasnaya first. They're going to take the edge of Yasnaya purposely because they know that, obviously, if you're on the edge of Yasnaya, you have more chance of being able to grab the circle should it come your way. Celis, though, he goes down. He also gets run over as well. So see you later, Celis. He's dead and gone. 3 players now eliminated from this server.
Kvorka making this move with that. Kvorka's on top of Avanga right here, so he has joined these guys. He's going to take his bike and just leave this. I'm out.
See you later.
Avanga's not a team you want to fight as well. Taking some shots at him as well, so he's going to go back to his team. Noxious, they were on the other side, south of Yasnaya, east of Roshok. Red Zone here, they've taken this yellows. Not a super good position to take, but still it's one of the only compounds available right now.
You know what's really scary? The fact that if you look how spread across phases now, all the little 4 red dots, they have the entire eyes on the field. There's a lot of high-level compound as well, high-level buildings, apartment blocks. More than likely, you wouldn't expect phase to go too deep inside, but still, they can just look over the entire cornfields. They can look all the way over. Anyone comes a running, anyone tries pushing at Yaz, easy kills for them. Hayes, though, the plumbers themselves having a few problems in the pipeline. Hayes goes down. Smoke also to try and help him out. He did put one down preemptively. They need to be very careful, though, as we do have a team just lurking. That's going to be Vitality. Stab's going to try and help him out. We'll see if he can get him up, or Vitality managed to pull another scalp as well, because Vitality themselves a brilliant team.
Look at Liquid as well with the 2-2 split. Sam T is staying in the compound they took earlier, but Ibiza and James, they're taking an even better compound, dead center in the middle as well, or close to dead center in the middle as well.
Look at DC. Like, ooh, that's 2 of them in the same. No, it's not. They've actually split up. 2 players down at the bottom. Ewan's going to be the emergency, I want to say. He's going to be the emergency insurance backup, so he'll go off on his own. Does have that M24 with the 8 times, I still believe. Reels onto 1 as well in the kill feed. Another player gets knocked. Rogue, they're all together, all players alive. Hayes finally does get finished off by Shiv. 12 points going in the way of Vitality. The Plumbers lose 1.
Fuffins and Rogue here. They're not inside the zone. They're taking a really far position on the western side here. They don't want to push even further in. They really just want to make sure that they have some space to cover and some ground to cover later. They're all 4 alive. DC, all of them, is actually going to make this long rotation where Ewan is right now. They're going to be rotating all the way out north, and this is a really clever play. They're going to be able to come in on the north side safely and cleanly unless they run into Kinguin. Kinguin, 3-man strong, inside the zone, on the other side of the river, though.
Do you think they're going to come on Yaz Rocks just above the the Yaz Pond area?
Yeah, they could do that as well.
It's a really good place. Those rocks are some hard cover, especially because the blue's going to be on their back as well.
Exactly.
It all depends where that circle goes. It might not be safe for very, very long. They do. The issue is as well, coming into this, they're going to be hitting the next circle, so they'll be taking a fair bit of damage. Especially Mihu, he's miles away. You don't drive through the ruins, bro. Like, you're asking to be slow, and you're asking to die doing that. Unless, yeah, of course, but still, it's still just it's a bugger to drive through. The terrain's awful.
Maybe next zone has popped. Kinguin is not in it. Larsen is making a call. You just look, he stopped there, and then he saw his map. He's looking at the map, making a call. They're going to make a call here. GMT already making the call, making their move into the yellows. They spotted that was open as well. The gas station is also open for play here, so Cameron might do something as well here. Larsen is making a move. They're going to cross the Rostock Bridge, but they're driving straight into Rogue, taking fire right now. Jazza connecting 2 shots onto Larsen. Larsen has a 2-seater though, so he's going to be able to really rotate far away from this. Yannick trying to connect some shots here. The call has been made though by Larsen that players are on this side, so the other guys are going to take the other way around. Liquid teams here making some shots, taking some shots at Hexetti. There's a slight spectator bug here though, because he's standing on this wall. It's unfortunate, but he did knock Hexetti.
FaZe will be able to get that one player up. They know the back's clean, so happy days for them. They'll be firing off. You can hear the dinks are coming through, and what they're doing there is they're taking utility away from FaZe. They're busting the tyres on the vehicles. There's no point in blowing them up because you're just wasting ammunition. The Plumbers have... did they both just hit it? They both hit hay barrels. That's really unlucky. That's really, really unlucky. They both hit hay barrels. Hay bales. Yuki's knocked off the back. Stab gets tanked as well. Enzo Lenzo knocked in the kill feed by Jam away from Crimson. We'll see if that one comes through for 12 points from the boys from Crimson. 59 players alive. They will hit the water, so the Plumbers going to where you would say their name favours. Underneath the bridge.
They're going to find the sewers.
Yeah. Yuki's just going to bleed out, right?
I think Yuki's just going to die here, and they're going to be down to 2 players because Hayes did get killed earlier.
Mirisu's going to steal it.
Oh, Mirko is trying to, try to shoot. Oh, Gaxi, he actually got it.
Steals one away from FaZe, so FaZe denied points there by Kinguin.
Yeah, Kinguin on the far north here. They can rotate all the way.
Crash on the left-hand side.
Yeah. Rogue and Knights here, they're driving straight into each other though. DC, DC taking out Yannick. So Yokis connecting a fine headshot on a moving target here. Is he going to be able to see him though? Rogue, Knights as well. All these guys are going to crash into each other. Avian is there already. They have the high ground though, but Imperial already have the bridge. Rogue
Imperial
as well.
Do have the bridge, but unfortunately they have the low ground now. Rogue do ditch it into the water, at least try and stay alive for now. A1's poking. K9, 8 times. Only a level 1 helmet, so not great. I would have expected one of his teammates maybe to give him a level 2, just so he can be the sniper and be the guy that does poke and peek and see if he can get at least one tap off onto somebody. That level 1 won't do any good when you're trying to snipe and if someone sees your first silhouette and just on the line of sight.
Genside still outside, Vitality still outside, but both teams have some ground to play with, so they can actually go into the southern side of the zone. Mio is finishing off Jazza here. Gonna finish him off, making sure that DC keeps those kills. Avian taking out Yannick. And Kinguin is also gonna join the bathing party in the river. It is starting to get springtime, summertime here, so on Erangel it's gonna be a bit hotter here, so the water is above 2 digits right now.
Well, penguins like water, so I can understand why Kinguin are in there. I didn't know rogues enjoyed water, but hey. That's one of those things. We live in a world of video games. Anyone can do anything. As you can see, though, DC, they know that there's players down here, so they know they have to come out as well. So the grenades could go fishing, could pick them up some kills. A1. Straight onto Jempty, though. That's a headshot from a Kar 98. GG from him. Jempty put on his backside, unfortunately, for FaZe. And, Oh, they do have a player right next to him, and it looks like he's inside the compound as well, so it's going to be
Phase is going to be able to pick him up,
easy res for FaZe.
They're in the Harry Potter here, south of the gas station. They just wanted to make sure that that hill is safe to push into. If it goes west, and it does go west indeed, so FaZe here, they can cross this field on the north and join these guys and maybe take over this hill before Liquid.
That's the biggest issue. Liquid and FaZe are potentially about to hit one another here. Yokis is POV. Silent Scout. What's he got on the back of it? ACOG, yes indeed, 4 times. Level 3 helmet. Happy days for him. Level 2 chest, level 3 bag.
Look at all these teams here.
Look at his stims.
Oh, like, stims as well. Oh, 11 energy. Oh.
Yeah, he's stimmed up to the 9, so plenty of utility when we look towards health here for Digital Chaos.
It's 4 teams here in this western side. It's so stacked already. We still have 16 team lives, but 10 players are dead though. Larsen knocking Yokis. So many fights here going on the western side.
Something we don't talk about enough is how much utility, and when I speak utility, how much like stims do they have, bandages, first aids, med packs, you name it. What do they have in their bag? How long can they go for? Looking towards further afield though, Larsen, he finds one, the knock and the flush comes through. 12 points for Kinguin over here at the compound though. We'll see, I believe that was a Vanger I just copped for. Jempty answers back onto Jeems, so the fight for the hills there. Erwin again, second time, second headshot, Car 98. Mexi this time falls victim to the end of his gun. Knights Voxic also once again joined in this one. Knows exactly where the players are. You have the little shack on the side. You've also got the Harry Potter. I believe both are witch inside this circle, but again, level 1 helmet. It's only a 35% reduction. That should get dinked off rather easily by a sniper, but Erwin's doing so much work with this gun. Yeah, 2 knocks onto FaZe.
Erwin is a fantastic player, really, really skilled. Good to see he is back on the scene as well.
Suntouch stealing one, because that wasn't them. Imperial didn't take down Yokis.
No, that's a steal and a half. Crimson here making their way as well. They're going to be sneaking up to FaZe. FaZe potentially being pushed from both the east and the south. And what Liquid is doing is also trying to gatekeep them a bit here.
Clearly they know that Liquid having some problems with themselves. Their tires are going to get taken out, but they do have this hill. They can play off the back of the vehicles. They can play off the back of the trees. They've got the Defler. They've got the rock. It's a nice area. However, if a circle takes a hard shift, they've got to traverse through open ground. Crimson are well and truly on their back. Crimson could cause problems here for either FaZe or Liquid, but they're being spotted. Blood, blood, blood. 1, 2, 3 bullets do connect. One of them hits the pan, so thankfully the pan saves his ass in more than one way. Level 3 vest on as well, so the 55% damage reduction is paying off. At least survives that encounter for now. Fuffens takes a bullet to the brain. Rogue are gone. 16th place for Rogue. Not a great performance when you're looking at 4th place.
Oh, they really needed a good, consistent game here all the way through the 5 matches today. This is the second of today, so they really need to show up the last 3 of them. Ibis is going to move the cars here and the vehicles, making sure that they can rotate here. Crimson is on the push here. They're going to push all the compounds. They have crossed the road already, so Lockwood is on the push. NBS is on the push.
Thing is, though, if they don't do it now, they're going to be pushing through the blue and walking out of the blue. Oh, in fact, yeah, sorry, Rogue, excuse me, has actually drowned there. So Rogue out in 15th place. So I'm not entirely sure who went out in 16th. I didn't quite catch the kill feed. So still Rogue, not the best of placement either way, 15th or 16th. It's down at the bottom end. Going back to Crimson, though, they need to approach this, but they're going to be approaching with the blue on the back, so they're either going to get rushed into it, or if they have to stay out in the blue, they're going to be coming in damage. Scoom knows this. He's building a wall of smoke. Crimson, Lockwood, Jambaway, Pybus. They know where Scoom is. They catch him on the side. Will they take him down?
Dropping to the ground here, Scoom. He's in a 1v3 right now. He has smokes with him. He has some utility. Oh, Scoom is going to be taken up by Jambave.
A little bit unfortunate for him. Was disconnected from the rest of Liquid, holding that compound on his own. There's nothing else he can do now but give information, both to Ibi and Samty over there just on the side of the hill.
They actually pushed here, so Ibi has made a move. They're moving close to the middle.
FaZe, though, they've now creeping in. They've heard the shots. They could play rather dangerous game here. Mexi doesn't have a helmet. I think one of the other members of FaZe, unless they found another one. So these kills are important, but they don't know Crimson here. They see him lying down. Now he catches one. 2 more players hiding around the corner. He needs his teammates to come through. The grenades are going down thick and fast. 1 kill falls. The power of FaZe here. 2 versus 4, I believe, still up.
Yeah, it looked like there are 4 guys alive. Yep. They are indeed. They have lost their helmets due to Avian popping them heads earlier. But Lockwood here, he's going to be staying in that position here. Jambava and Lockwood, they are outside the zone though, and the zone is moving in 5 seconds.
So these are important kills because not only do kills mean points, but that also means some at least, even if they're cracked helmets. So it doesn't matter if the helmets are damaged. It doesn't matter how much vulnerability is left on them when it comes to points. Regardless, even if there's 1 point of vulnerability, it will still at least reduce the damage. If they're wearing level 2s, 45% to take a bullet out of the brain. Knight's here, Trolls under the bridge. There are several other players with them as well, so they need to watch for them coming out of the water, just coming up for air and shoot the fishes in the barrel. Look at that kill feed though. Voxic's dead, Havoc's knocked, Froz is dead as well. FaZe, Mexi, Jempty, several kills coming out. 24 points in the bag for FaZe. Player zone takes out Filu. 13 teams remaining, still plenty of bullets whacking off. That looked like DC also damaged outside, crawling and begging for mercy. Havu, one player will drop. That's going to be Avoki as well. Froza does take back onto Eggy Dorp. He's down from Gent side. That's a kill for them. Havu as well. Jorski, he's going to fall. Another player from Havu falls. I think that may be all of Havu gone in 12th position. Kingwin, Mirasu, he will get knocked there by another player on the opposing side, so they need to be very careful. This one, Muminu, all the way across on the wall. He's going to try and survive here from the blunt end of Arax's gun, and he does indeed. The scar doesn't connect for the final shot.
And look here, Na'Vi making kind of a Jemchi play here, just bomb rushing the dead center when it's just open space here. Pokemolidor is going to be taking out. Samty is pushing it. Visa and Samty's on the push here. Shadow also taking out Shade. Na'Vi's down to one player. Iba is the last player right now.
Pokemolidor is dead.
Oh, it's Noxious also joining this fight. Kavorka has joined in and thrown some nades there. He's not inside though, so they're going to push back to that.
Yolone does land onto Wibby at least, so now he's in kind of a problem. He does have a player with him. They have just got the death alert, so he can get him up, but my God, is that a dangerous position. Circle is about to pop. Jambaway, he's down. Kavorka comes in with the M16 shots, almost to the dead center. Few players do remain, but not many compounds whatsoever. Gaxi still just playing for time and playing for his life. Jempty comes through, seals the kill onto that one. Sun touched will pick up, so Larson falls from Imperial. It's kind of shooting fish in a barrel here, right?
Yeah, it is indeed. Gaxi here. Pete here is just gonna join the fight. Hello.
Goes in just to say hello.
Pete. Of course, Larson just wants to survive this a bit. They already survived 6 other teams. Larson, yeah, but Gaxi, Kingwin, they really want to do this. But Lockwood is still in the game here. FaZe is on the push here. The zone has pushed, and it's kind of centered. Liquid is still in the middle here. EB is still in the middle. Now, Noxious is making a move as well.
Yeah, they've got to be really careful at Crimson. And in fact, Noxious as well. This is where FaZe really have to turn it up here. And we know individually they can do it. Ibi gets knocked again for the second time, so he'll be bleeding out even faster. Jempty very aware. Sees reels. Easy knock, easy kill. Comes through with a flush. 12 points to FaZe. Fuzzface does go down, though. T-Bone with a headshot bangs him. Fuzz gets a haircut. Gaxi as well. That's Kingwin gone. 10th place for Kingwin by Pity. 12 points moving across to his team. Lockwood looking around, scouting. They need to be very aware. FaZe still on top of the hill. They are kings of the mountain, but they are down. They are lacking helmets. Dangerous times here. Jempty spots one though. Calls for help. The rest of Gondor, they do answer. 2 players on FaZe missing helmets. It's not great.
Jempty though, with a little 2 helmet and a broken little 3 vest. This is a push they have to make. Now, Noxious is going to pull back a bit here. They don't want to go on this. Mexi is going to make a move here. They have a US with them. It's kind of smoking, but they can make a move into the new zone. Pajamanoda is on them as well. Still a lot of players alive. 21, 8 teams.
An Octave on with the M4. Shadow does fall, so Vitality lose 1. Still in the game, though, Vitality not having the best of day earlier on. Stab, though, onto Cloudtail. The Plumbers find 1. Mexi comes in, though, onto Stab, answers back, puts a bullet in his brain. Mexi digs him a hole, puts him in the ground. 8 teams remaining, 20 alive. It's amazing to see FaZe, even lacking helmets and broken armor and such, still doing incredible work, still putting kills on the board, still in this, still players alive. Shiv sees them, so Vitality have got the angle at least. They also have the scopes the 4 times to see them out. Pidgeot, he's in all kinds of problems. 4 members of FaZe just wandering down the hill. They have no ideas here, just playing for time, playing for placement, praying that they don't spot him.
He could really play a spoiler right here. Hexetti and FaZe boys, they're in a really good position right now. Noctive is taking some shots as well.
How does a Noctive not see him?
Pajamanoda or who?
Yeah, he's literally laying down. He didn't cop for him whatsoever.
Sure if they saw them. New zone is popping though. FaZe, they have to make a move as well. Pidgemanota is a solo. Reese is a solo. Samty is a solo. Avanga has 4 guys alive. Vitality has 2 or 3 guys alive as well. Nox is 3 guys alive.
We've just seen Vitality. They're finally seeing FaZe across the map. They've got the knock onto one of them. They're still trying to see it through. They carry on seeing it through. Noctiv, though, moves on to Shadow. Keen finishes him off. So Vitality, potentially, that's them gone. Shiv takes a bullet to the brain. He hits the deck. That comes back in from FaZe. So FaZe, they answer back to Vitality. They knock them out in what seems to be 7th place. Pidgemanota still chilling there under the tree. The sneaky snake. Do not step on snake. Finds, oh, he's still holding his ground, but now he's been seen. Steps up, says, you know what, I'll try and take some bullets with me. The flush comes through. He didn't actually, did he get the kill? He must have done, surely.
He did get the kill on Phosphase. Phosphase is out of the game. FaZe is down to 3 players right now. GMT taking Helm Rain right now from Imperial. They have 45 nades in total. Cloudtail, Pete, still alive here. The zone is pushing in 1 second. It's pushing them, but they're on the slow side, so they can easily walk with it.
And look at what they've got. They are geared to the 9s. Level 2 chest, level 3 helmet. 55 and 45% damage reduction, respectively. The rest of FaZe, they turn up to try and help. Cloudtail doesn't have that much cover. He's only got a little brick to hide behind. A grenade would potentially seal the deal here, and this would be a massive push from FaZe. Mexi's on the back foot, trying to get the angle from the high ground. But again, it looks like it's going to be Avanga who do see them walking through this. Kavorka turns up and unfortunately gets taken down. Samty falls, 4th or 5th place there for Liquid. Rixnaz just trying to play for placement, trying to get into the top 2. A Noctiv back onto Kavorka. 12 points go the way of Avanga. Unfortunately though, T-Bone and Rixnaz, they're caught off guard here. Muminu creeping up behind FaZe. Everyone just kind of clenched together here in a bit of a bad place. A Noctiv does make it to the rock, thankfully.
Mexi taking some shots from Mourinho here. Mourinho is taking down to 10% HP. Mexi has taken a helmet, found a helmet off the dead bodies of Imperial. Imperial went out on 4th. Mourinho taking some more fire. Mexi's really peeking here. He's really doing a good job. He can see him a bit here. It's only the backpack though, so it's not going to connect any shots. Oh, and connecting it. The double fire from GMT and Mexi here. Surely this must mean they push. A Noctiv taken down as well. Mexi, are they pushing this as well?
There's again another 1, 2, 3 members. All not. Look at that. Just fill it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 members. Excuse me. It's just FaZe. Everything in that kill feed is just straight up FaZe. They've just eliminated 2 teams. And now we're down to the last 2. FaZe for T-Bone's gone as soon as I say it. FaZe are absolutely ripping this server to shreds. Rixnaz, the last man standing. Mexi says hello, and then he says goodbye. FaZe take game number 2 here on Championship Sunday. Boy, oh boy, 18 kills in the bag and a chicken dinner. That is the FaZe that we know and love.
It is indeed. 18 kills is the highest kill score we've seen of these games so far. Insane game for them. Still here, Liquid sneaking in on the top 5 again. A Noctiv and Avanga, 4 kills on them, but Noxious, 2nd. That's the first time we really see them show up.
Yeah, they're stepping up to the plate, and we've kind of, you know, we haven't really spoke too much about Noxious, but it's a very strong individual team. There's some really nastily skilled individual players, and to kind of come up that leaderboard, that's what they need to be doing. They need to be putting on those performances. They bagged a couple of kills as well on the way up there, but still, FaZe, you've got to give it credit where credit's due. To have, at one point, I think they had maybe 3 players knocked.
Yeah.
They were lacking helmets. They were picking the fights properly.
And there were so many lurkers around them. They had Pidgemanota, they had Lockwood, they have Jambab, they have Crimson. Even Noxious tried to make a push on them, but they decided they had a better position where they actually made it a good way. And it's a good decision because they made it around another way, making sure they put another pressure on the other side of the map as well.
But still, good work from Noxious to at least manage to get up there into that 2nd place. That's what they want if they want to be able to make it to DreamHack Austin. Liquid, I think they were 5th or 6th, so 5th, still consistently in the top half of the leaderboard for Liquid. They're still keeping going. Kingwin, I think, was around 10th. It's hard to keep track in my mind.
Yeah.
They obviously, unfortunately, didn't have 1 player load in, which is a little bit disappointing. They had to go with 3-man through this one.
Yeah.
but still plenty of points in the bag. They were in that third position. Towards the end, we did see, I think it was Avanga still remaining in fourth.
Yeah, Avanga went out on third.
Okay.
But FaZe did a full wipe on them without losing any players. That's really insane.
Scary.
They did lose FaZe though to Pajimanoda, but he didn't do much damage. Mexi, he turned around fast and finished him off. So Avanga getting third as well, important for them too. But this is really gonna cement Liquid and a FaZe in the top 2. But
Yeah.
Kingwin is gonna be much more open for that third spot.
Which is kind of what you mentioned yesterday, like with Liquid, for example. Now they've got that buffer. You don't want to say, okay, it's time to just chill out and relax. But at least they just need that. They've got a certain point where they say, okay, we need to like maybe earn 4th or 5th every single game. This is where we need to be at least in the top half, regardless. Play it methodical, play it slow. And this is kind of what we see with the circles. You know, they're preempting where they're going to go. They're going to go checking out. They're going to go scouting. They're getting ready to see these hard pushes. And that's what PUBG is all about. You have to be aware and you have to be ready for whatever Erangel throws your way. That's all we have now for game number 2. Game number 3 coming up in just a second, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you then.